So in trimming this back, because these branches that I'm taking off these are destined more for firewood than a chipper. I mean, if they've got enough diameter to them, that they'll do okay in a fireplace. They're destined for the firewood pile and not the chipper. One thing to be careful about on firewood pile stuff with salvaging deadfall is a lot of it's already got some bugs processing it. This would be firewood for campfires, but not for a fireplace in a building. Too many bugs. And if you bring that into the building, you're introducing the bugs to a building. So a lot of this, and that's part of prepping an area for survival camping, is we just drop the firewood near the tree. Little piles. If somebody needs the firewood, it's there. Hopefully they're going to be safe and conscientious about where they would have a fire and what season. And at that is where we look into clearing a decent diameter area so that they're not near sagebrush, or maybe even put in some 55-gallon drum fire pits for safety. Something with a covered top or one of those clay outdoor fireplace deals, because we don't really want to open fire in the wrong season. But during some seasons, obviously that's okay. So little piles of firewood at the base of each tree is part of prepping an area for future part-time residents. Okay. The other thing to look out for, and why, especially for an amateur woods care type thing, the Sawzall is so much of a better choice. And you've seen my other videos regarding the solar power stations that we can use for this. It's less noise. It's not going to attract a lot of attention. There's no spark hazard from the machine, which spark hazards around here obviously can become an issue. There's issues with kickback on chainsaws, and most of what we're cutting, we get just plain firewood or shelter wood out of something like this. Is a situation like this. I had a deadfall tree pinning down a branch. You can see this branch right here, and it was live. You get that rich color because it was live. It was being pinned down here, and I saw that, okay, but that's that's a good 3 feet of movement. And a person with a chainsaw, if they didn't have the experience in knowing that this was probably pinning a branch down under tension, it was live because that's all part of that branch. As soon as that last bit lets go, this goes springing up. That's a part that could not just whack you in the face, but could drive a running chainsaw into your face, okay? And part of the added safety of using a Sawzall, especially an electric Sawzall, instead of a chainsaw, is that it's a little slower. The commercial guys don't like it because they feel they need to make more money faster off the workers, but they also have a lot of insurance to be concerned with, and they just don't give a fuck if you get hurt, and they'll laugh at you for not being careful. The thing is, by cutting with a Sawzall, having some experience to know that sometimes these branches are pinned under pressure means that I'm in less danger, obviously. But with something like that under tension, had about 3 feet of movement. If I were to spring that down and use that, thing actually had more movement to where, it could really jump up and hurt somebody when you cut. So watch when these branches are actually, they look like they've been pinned to the ground, but if it's been pinned to the ground by other deadfall, they can spring up and get you. So as you can see, I'm making progress. This is a little bit less than one battery's worth of cutting. I expect to change batteries before I'm done with this, but this here, that'll make a good little, I'm going to end up with a good little weekend's worth of firewood from the next camp out, and it's surplus. It's going to be here. I'll have it in a little pile safely away and get this cleaned up and keep making progress.